G'day and welcome to Wine Week. I'm Danny.
And I'm Brad.
What are you going to kick us off with?
I'm going to kick us off with a lovely wine that I had last week, which is the Mount Langhi Cliff Edge Shiraz. Now, we've talked about Mount Langhi a few times on this show because, let's face it, they are one of the premium producers here in Victoria. And in particular in the Grampians region where they're from, they've been well known for, in particular, their cool climate Shiraz. And look, the top end Langhi Shiraz is a fantastic wine. I've talked that up before. But the Cliff Edge is not their absolute entry level, but it's around the sort of mid-20s price point. And look, when you're producing the quality of fruit at the top end, medium tier and the lower end like these guys are, they're in really a rich vein of form at the moment. Now this wine is it's the more cool climate style, so it's not your big bold blockbustery type of Barossa Shiraz, but it's got a little bit more elegance behind it. And look, it is a lovely drink right now. It's I had this last weekend and it was fantastic. So look out for the Cliff Edge. It's actually the 2006, so it's got a few years bottle age on this one, and it is the current release. So get out and check it out for about $25.
Yeah, lovely. From Billy all the way up to the Langhi Shiraz. Great stuff coming out of Mount Langhi. Speaking of great stuff coming out of somewhere, Coldstream Hills. Now, everybody knows Mr. Halliday, the preeminent wine scribe in Australia. This is his little vineyard. Well, kind of. His and Treasury Wine Estates.
Yes. He started it.
It's something that I finish fairly regularly because from their Pinots through to their Chardonnay, some lovely stuff. Beautiful Yarra Valley fruit. This Chardonnay does see a reasonable amount of oak for what is only a year-old white, but it's not overworked. It's not, gobs of malolactic fermentation and as much oak as you could possibly throw in it, and oak chips thrown in there for good measure. It's a medium-bodied Chardonnay without a doubt. If you think the only sort of Chardonnays you like are unoaked Chardonnays, give this a go because this might be one of those ones that helps turn your mind. Yes, there's a fair bit of fruit driven in this, but there is a touch of oak to kind of give it some weight at the back end at the same time. And at $20-odd, easy drinking on a Friday night and lovely stuff.
It's a very good Yarra Valley Chardonnay. Now, we've talked about a few Cabernets recently, and here's another one. Now, this is one that probably doesn't get as much publicity as a number of the ones in the Coonawarra, and this is the Mildara Cab Sav. This is the 2007 vintage, which for these guys turned out to be really good wine. And look, this is one of those ones that sits around the $20 to $25 price range, and there are quite a lot out of the Coonawarra that fit into that price bracket, whether they're being heavily discounted from a higher price or whether that's where they sit around retail. But Mildara have been well known they've got a long track record of producing Cabernets which will also go the distance. This is a wine that it's got really good structure. It's got the tannins are right there at the moment. It is actually quite a good drink right now, so it's not one of those ones that's completely closed and the tannins dry out the insides of your mouth completely. But at the same time, it's got the structure that if you do like your aged Cabernets, and I'm certainly a fan, then this one, the Mildara from the Coonawarra, is one that you should be putting in your cellar. And look, at that price, it is a really good buying wine. So look out for the Mildara because it's a great drink right now and in the future.
Yeah, look, 07 was a challenging vintage for Coonawarra, no doubt about that. Frosts early meant that a lot of vineyards crushed more kind of average fruit than usual, but if they did the right thing and picked only good grapes, it was actually a really good year. So don't be frightened of 07 Coonawarras.
Absolutely.
Anyhow, that's it for this week. We'll catch you all again next week.
See you next week.